if the Kenyan police have not been able to stamp out low-level crime and banditry here in Kenya, will they be able to deal with the gangs of Haiti? Kenyan President William Ruto marching ahead with a plan to send 1,000 police officers to Haiti despite strong opposition to the deployment at home. Elite units of the Kenya police are expected to lead the UN-backed multinational force to crush Haiti's gangs and restore order once a viable government is in place. Opposition lawmakers like Edwin Sifuna tried to block it.
Our police officers are going to harm's way in Haiti. This is not a situation that our regular police officers are used to. They have never encountered something like that. Their training does not extend to, operations in fields of war.
Kenyan police have been involved in peacekeeping missions for the past 35 years, including in Cambodia, the former Yugoslavia, Kosovo, Croatia, East Timor, and Sierra Leone. Kenya currently has police serving in Somalia, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, according to a parliamentary report.
In all those missions, Kenya has not lost a single police officer on any combat.
They're ready for Haiti, this senior policeman believes.
Kenya has well-trained paramilitary officers from the General Service Unit. They have well-trained officers from the Administration Police Special Operations Group. These are officers who have both local and international training, some of the best institutions in Israel, in US.
Haiti would be the most challenging deployment yet for Kenyan police, with criminal gangs and militias controlling the capital Port-au-Prince and holding the nation hostage.
It is a historic duty because peace in Haiti is good for peace in the world as a whole.
President Ruto should push for a well-armed military contingent to take over, says this security analyst.
Our police officers cannot and can never be able to contain the threat of the criminality in Haiti. You need to send thousands of military personnel to come and disarm.
Honorable members,
the Kenyan parliament approved the planned police deployment to Haiti after acrimonious debate in November.
When Haiti is not safe, we are not safe.
You cannot use our police women and men as guinea pigs at the altar of rent seeking.
Civil society and opposition groups here in Kenya maintain that President Ruto's plan to send 1,000 police officers to Haiti remains illegal and unconstitutional, even after his government signed a reciprocal arrangement with the former Prime Minister of Haiti. The unelected Ariel Henry witnessed the signing of the legal requirement in Nairobi, but he never made it back to Haiti and resigned a few days later.
That agreement does not hold any water because you signed an agreement with an entity that does not have the mandate to call itself a government. Some of us think that it is because of the monetary incentive.
So you think President Ruto is doing this for the money?
Absolutely.
Kenya says the police are in the pre-deployment phase as it awaits a new Haitian administration. While Kenya is in this pre-deployment phase, waiting to send this reconnaissance team to Haiti as soon as there's a new administration, there are calls for that reciprocal agreement signed between President Ruto and the Ariel Henry to be released because it's not being made public. And if it were to be made public and Kenya were to go ahead with this, there's likely to be another legal challenge in court. And the lawmaker you saw there, Edwin Sifuna, says if this is attested in court, again, it will crumble because there's no legal basis for that. So that's one aspect of it. The other is about the knowledge of the language and the terrain. Haitian Creole and French are not widely spoken here in Kenya. And as many have pointed out here in the country, Rosemary as well, there have been many previous interventions in Haiti that have failed by the United States, by Canada, by other countries in the region. So what does Kenya bring to the table that these other better armed, better equipped teams from other countries have failed to do?
Larry Madowo joining us live from Nairobi. Many thanks for that report.